Feeling lost? Stuck at a crossroads? This video will help you rediscover your path. Through powerful storytelling, life-changing wisdom, and deep reflection, this wise man shares what truly matters when you're unsure about your future. Watch till the end. It may change how you see your life. Like, comment, subscribe for weekly life lessons that guide your mind and soul. There comes a moment in every life when the silence is louder than the noise, when the questions outweigh the answers, when you look around and wonder, what am I even doing? If you're watching this right now, it means you've reached that moment. And I want you to know, it's okay. Feeling lost doesn't mean you're broken. It means you are ready for something deeper. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I met a man sitting alone on a park bench. He was in his 40s, sharp suit, but his eyes empty. He told me he had spent 2 decades climbing a ladder, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. Everyone told me this was success, he said, but I never asked myself, what do I truly want? That stuck with me. So I asked him, what would you do if no one judged you? If money didn't matter? If you had 1 year left? He didn't answer right away, but I saw something shift, not outside, inside. Because sometimes the right question can shake your soul awake. So let me ask you that same question. What would you do if no one was watching? What would your heart choose if fear wasn't holding the pen? You see, we treat confusion like a curse, but it's actually a compass. Being lost is life's way of slowing you down. So you finally start listening. Listening to the voice inside you, the one you've been drowning out with noise, screens, and schedules. I've been lost too. I once stood at the edge of my life with no plan, no money, no direction. Just a deep ache for meaning. And in that stillness, I heard something I hadn't heard in years. You already know. Let me explain. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. It's surrounded by darkness, unsure of what it's becoming. But beneath that stillness, a transformation begins. Roots reach down, shoots rise up, and one day it breaks through the surface. That's what this moment is for you. The darkness isn't a dead end. It's where your roots are forming. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Let it grow in silence. When you don't know what to do with your life, come back to these 3 questions. What makes you feel alive, even if you are not good at it yet? What pain have you been through? That could be someone else's survival guide. What would you do differently today if you truly believed your time is limited? The answers aren't in some grand plan. They're in your story, your scars, your stillness. I once met an old man in the mountains of northern Pakistan. He lived simply, grew his own food, told stories to children. I asked him, how did you know this was the life you wanted? He smiled and said, I followed the small joys, the things that gave me peace, not applause. Then he picked up a few pebbles from the ground and said, life is like this. People chase gold, but peace hides in the quiet places, in the weight of a pebble, in morning tea, in honest work, in loving someone without needing to be loved back. I never forgot that. Let me tell you something. I wish someone told me sooner. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next honest step. Maybe it's starting a journal, calling someone you miss, taking a long walk with no destination, sitting with your feelings instead of escaping them. These aren't small acts. They are the seeds of a new direction. One day you'll look back on this season and realize, this was not the end. It was the beginning. When the world outside went quiet, you finally heard your own voice. So don't fear the pause. Don't fear the unknown, because that's where your real life begins. You're not broken. You're becoming. And the fact that you're still here, still searching, still listening, that's your power. If this message spoke to you, don't let it fade. Take a deep breath. Reflect. Write down what you felt. And if you know someone who's struggling right now, share this with them. You never know whose life it might touch. You know, there's something else I've learned over the years. Clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from living. You don't figure out your life by sitting still and waiting for perfect answers to fall from the sky. You figure it out by doing, by trying, by failing forward. There were times I chased what the world said I should do. A stable job, approval from others, being the successful one in the room. But none of it made me feel whole, because success without soul is just noise. I once had a friend who was a high-paid consultant. On paper, he had everything. But one night over dinner, he confessed, "I feel like I'm using someone else's compass to live my life." That phrase hit me like thunder, and I realized we all do that. We borrow dreams, chase borrowed timelines, run toward borrowed definitions of enough. But the question is, when will you build your own compass? Your compass isn't built in a day. It's built in the quiet decisions. Saying no to what drains you. Saying yes to what feeds your spirit. Giving yourself permission to take the long road instead of the fast lane. You don't need to catch up. You need to align. And alignment happens when you stop chasing someone else's life and start honoring your own path. So here's something I want you to do after this video ends. Take 10 minutes. No distractions. Just you and a piece of paper. Write this down. What am I avoiding that I need to face? What would I start today if I weren't afraid? What is one small step I can take toward what matters? Write freely. No judgment. This is your mirror. This is your moment. I remember the day I stopped running from my own truth. I was walking through a forest at dusk, unsure of everything, career, identity, future. But then the wind picked up, rustling the trees, and for the first time in weeks, I just stood still. In that stillness, I heard one line come through clear as day. You're not behind, you're becoming. That changed everything. You may not have all the answers yet. That's okay. You are not late. You are right on time for your life. Not the life social media projects, not the life your peers are chasing. Your life, rooted in your values, nourished by your passions. Stop trying to skip the messy parts. That's where the magic lives. Sometimes, life breaks you down so it can build you stronger. Sometimes the storm isn't here to destroy you. It's here to clear your path. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need faith in this moment. In the breath you're taking right now. In the fact that you're still here. That is not by accident. There's a tale from the East of a young man who was lost in a dark forest. He met an old elder holding a lantern. The young man said, "I can't see the whole path. I don't know where I'm going." The elder replied, "You don't need to. Just take the next step. The lantern will reveal what's ahead when you're ready." That's how life works. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just light up the step in front of you and trust. So if you're lost, good. It means you're searching. It means you haven't settled. It means your soul is still awake. And I promise you, if you keep listening, if you keep walking, if you stay true to what's real, you will find your way, or maybe you'll create one. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. If this message reached your heart, don't just move on with your day. Reflect, write, share it with someone who might need it. And above all, remember, you are not lost. You are in transition. And every transition holds the seed of transformation. Until we meet again, walk gently, live honestly, and keep your light lit. You're not behind, you're becoming. Subscribe for more wisdom. Your journey is just beginning.